So I'm on quite the downswing right now. It doesn't feel good, but thank you guys for your support. I posted something on Instagram, a little rant, and a bunch of you guys reached out with your support and advice. So thank you guys so much. Today, I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different. I'm gonna be recording every single hand for my first hour of play, whether I fold it, whatever I do, so you guys can see exactly how I play in every single spot and not just all the big spots. It's gonna be a little bit more time intensive, so that's why I can only do about an hour of it, but I hope you enjoy it. Hit that intro. Cheers.
With the guy Brantzen, who has the Brantzen poker logs.
No! Let's go, let's go!
Tell him he's got a lot of class, and it's all low.
All right, so I'm playing the 5-5-10 at the Gardens. As usual, I buy in short for the first bomb pot, and if I don't win that, then I'll top up. I pick up Jack King of Diamonds under the gun +2. It's a bomb pot, so we all see a flop of Ace 10 7 2 diamonds. So right off the bat, I have the nut flush draw, a straight draw, a royal flush draw. I bet $75. The under the gun +3 player calls, and we're heads up to a 4 on the turn. Not one of the cards I wanted to see, but I continue the pressure with a bet of $200. Remember, I start off short, so I have the option to play my first bomb pot aggressively without risking a full stack. Anyways, he makes the call again, and the river is a jack. All right, not terrible. I could be ahead here. I have $200 left in my stack. If I go all in, I'm probably only getting called by better hands, so I just check. He checks back, I show my cards, and they're good enough to take it down. Next, I'm in the big blind and pick up pocket aces. Literally the next hand. Remember, I'm filming every single one. The under the gun opens to $40, and here we go. Folds to me, I 3-bet to $140. And then the straddle goes all in for $520. What is happening? The day I choose to film every hand is the hottest start ever. The under the gun folds. I of course call. The board runs out 9-5-4-3 deuce, and I take it down with a straight. After that, I pick up Jack 5 in the small blind. There's a $20 straddle. Action folds to me. Not even gonna complete. I fold. Then I'm in the button with Queen 3. Under the gun limps. I don't limp, and this isn't a good enough hand to raise. I fold. Then I'm in the cutoff with 6-9 off, the hijack limps, and I fold. Next, I'm in the hijack with the 49ers, baby. Action folds to me, and I fold. Then I'm in the hijack again because one of the players to my left got out. This time I have 5-9 off, and fold. Okay, straddle, and now I have aces again. I'm trying to show you guys a realistic session, and here I am picking up aces twice in my first 15 minutes. The cutoff opens to $30, action folds to me, and surprise, surprise, I'm raising with the best hand in poker. I make it $120, and my opponent calls. Heads up to a flop of deuce 3-5, 2 spades. This is not a board that is going to connect that much with my range, but it's honestly really good for my particular hand. I think my opponent will often have an overpair on this board, which I destroy, and I can go in for a check raise. So I check, and my opponent does bet. He bets $145. Here we go. I can't believe this is the session I'm filming every hand. I raise to $500. He goes all in for $1135. If he's got a set, at least I still have outs. I call.
I guess it's easier to go home this way. I have a pair and a straight draw, flush draw. Straight.
Really? Oh, man. Just the absolute dream board for 3-4 of spades. Thought I was going to be up like 2K, but now I'm stuck. Oh well. All right, 3-8 off in the big blind, 1 limper, I fold. 9-10 off in the small blind, where 5-handed action folds to me, and I decide to open to $35. Maybe a bit loose, I don't know. The big blind and straddle call were 3 ways to a flop of Queen 3-4 with 2 spades. I don't have much going on. I check. The big blind checks. The straddle bets $45. I fold. Big blind ends up calling, but my journey ended there. Heading into a bomb pot now, I get ace deuce of clubs on the button, and the flop comes jack 10 deuce with 2 clubs. Monster flop for my hand. If someone else bet, I would definitely raise them here. I'm fine getting it in with a pair and the nut flush draw. However, everyone checks to me, so I put out a bet myself of $75. Everyone folds, and I take it down. As I'm gathering my chips, we're headed to another bomb pot. I don't think you guys realize just how many bomb pots are in this game. It's every dealer change, every new player, every new setup, so it can be quite a lot. I typically try to limit the bomb pots I show as they're not always applicable to everyone, but here you go, unedited, raw, every hand. All right, I get 6-10 of spades in the cutoff. The flop is ace 9-4 rainbow. The hijack bets $60 and a pretty easy fold for me. And it's another bomb pot. This time I have 7-10 of hearts in the hijack, and the flop is king 6-7 2 diamonds. Action checks to me. We're only 6-handed right now, and this table seems to be folding quite a bit on bomb pots for the flop. It's pretty table specific, but I'm taking a shot with middle pair and a couple of backdoor draws. I bet $75, and luckily everyone folds. Okay, speedy speed round. 2-4 off in the low jack. Action folds to me. I fold. 7-8 off in the straddle. Small blind raises to $50. I fold. 3-7 of diamonds in the big blind. Hijack and small blind limp. I just fold. Thankfully, I did because the straddle raises to $60 and I save myself $5, or in other terms, a delicious 12-inch treat.
Here's to choice, to making your voice.
Hey, stop that ad. I'm talking about poker and you're not paying me, Subway. But if you want to pay me, that's fine. Just contact me at brantzenpoker@gmail.com. Anyway, I pick up ace queen off in the small blind. We got a hand. Action folds to me. I open to $40 and they fold. 4-8 off on the button. Action folds to me. I fold. Cut off with king 3. Action folds to me. I fold. Deuce 9 off in the straddle. The button and big blind limp. Oh boy, free hand. I check. The flop comes queen 3-8. Bang! We got nothing. Big blind bets $10 and I fold. Ace 10 of clubs in the big blind. Here we go. Action folds to me. I do not fold. I raise to $35, but this time the straddle folds. Then I get the 5-9 off in the small blind. The button opens to $35 and I fold. So lots of folding. This is why I edit. And honestly, this is like an action-packed hour. I don't normally get this many hands, but here we go. We're committed. I pick up jack queen of clubs on the button. I open to $35, but unfortunately folds again. Then jack 6 off in the cutoff and I fold. 6-8 of hearts in the straddle. The person to my left puts on a $20 straddle. The small blind opens to $60. The big blind calls. I think about it for a little bit, but honestly, I think the best decision is just to fold. Sorry, guys. Bomb pot. More bomb pots coming your way. I'm under the gun +2 with 6-7 off, and the flop comes ace 6-6. We got the trips. If I'm ever going to be betting bomb pots with mid pairs or mediocre hands in general, I better be betting when I actually have it too. I bet $75 and only the button calls. The turn is a 10, and now I continue with a bet of $200. I want to charge any flush draws, an ace. I'm not too concerned he has a 6, but with the ace and the 10 out there now, we're chopping with a decent amount of 6s anyway. He ends up folding, we take it down, and off to the next bomb pot where we pick up 6-8 off under the gun +1. The flop is queen jack 3 rainbow. I check with nothing. The low jack bets $125, and it's an easy fold for me. Back to regular hands, 2-5 in the small blind, fold. Jack 7 on the button, fold. 9-10 off in the cutoff, fold. 4-7 off in the hijack, fold. Queen deuce in the hijack. Someone left, so I'm in the same position again. Anyways, fold. Now 10 jack off in the hijack, bottom of my range. I open to $35 and only the straddle calls. Heads up to a flop of jack 4-4. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the Super Robbie, you guys. Well, it's a pretty dry board, so after the straddle checks, I start off with a small c-bet of $25, and he calls. The turn is another 4. He checks again, and now, do I want to bet? Do I want to check? If I bet, am I really going to continue getting value out of any worse hands? Would a flush draw even continue here? I definitely don't think I'll be able to bet turn, bet river, and get called by a worse hand, so I just check back. It gives my opponent a chance to bluff the river and disguises the strength of my hand a bit. The river is another jack. Doesn't really change that much, to be honest. He checks. Now I bet $40. He might think we're both just playing the board. He thinks about it for a bit, then sighs and makes the call. I show my cards, he mucks, and I take it down. Next is a bomb pot. I pick up 6 deuce off under the gun +1, and the flop is 8-8-4 rainbow. I check, the middle position bets $50, and I let my nothing burger go. Then it's Jack 7 of diamonds in the small blind. Action folds to me. I decide to limp only because I'm in one of the blinds. The big blind limps, the straddle limps. We're 3 ways to a limp pot of 5, 6, 10, 2 hearts. I check, both my opponents check, and the turn is a jack. Now I have top pair. I bet $15. Big blind calls, and we're heads up to a river, which comes a 3. Probably have the best hand. I bet $15 for value, but the big blind folds. I fold deuce 3 on the button. Shocker, I know, but then I get deuces in the cutoff. I open to $35, only the small blind calls, and we're heads up to a flop of queen 8-5 all diamonds. After the small blind checks, I put out a small c-bet of $25. If he doesn't have a diamond or a pair, he'll most likely fold, but he calls, and the turn is a jack. He checks, I check, I'm pretty much giving up on this hand, and the river is a 7. He bets $90. I give up, I fold, on to the next one, 4-8 off in the hijack, another fold, and then 5-7 off in the low jack. This one is a bomb pot, so I have to play, and the flop comes queen, king, 10, 2 spades. 0 interest, the action checks all the way around, turn is a 9, under the gun bets $100, and I fold. I pick up king 4 under the gun, easy fold, and then finally I get another playable hand, queen king off in the straddle. The button opens to $30, the big blind calls, and now it's on me. Against a button open, I almost always 3-bet from the small blind or big blind, but here I'm in the straddle, I'm closing the action, so I don't mind raising or calling. I just call this time, and the flop comes ace queen 3, 2 diamonds. Big blind checks, I check, and the button bets $40. The big blind folds. It's pretty tight, but I don't really feel like getting involved with mid-pair. In a multi-way pot, the button is a little less likely to be bluffing. I don't have much invested in the pot, I'm out of position, and if he has an ace, I'm super behind, so I just fold. Another bomb pot, I have A7 off under the gun +1, and the flop comes 5-5-7, 2 hearts. I do have top pair, but it's too easy for someone to have a 5 in a bomb pot. I check from early position, checks to the cutoff, who bets $45. The under the gun calls. Like I said, too easy to have a 5 or at least an overpair. It's cheap, but I still fold, and the cutoff did end up having a 5. Alrighty, last couple of hands, ace queen off in the small blind. The cutoff opens to $35. It's a classic 3-bet spot. When I'm out of position, I typically go for a size of 4 times the opening raise. I make it $140. Everyone folds, I take down a little bit of money, and then pick up 8-10 off on the button. The under the gun limps, and I just fold. And that is the hour, or a little over an hour of play, actually. We were short-handed for a while, so it was quite a few hands, but after that, I did play for a few more hours, took down some pots, and called it a night. All right, that was a pretty crazy experiment. I filmed every single hand for the first hour, and I was up like $100. So that you saw, I lost that $2,500 pot that you guys saw with aces versus 3-4 of spades. Pretty nuts. But then after that, I ran hotter than the sun. It was pretty crazy, and some bomb pots and some crazy spots. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, this video is gonna be like 40 minutes long. But I might cover it later. So if you guys wanna see all the rest of the big hands, just let me know. And maybe it'll be a separate video. But I was in for $1,000 for the day, out for $4,160 for a profit of $3,160. Also, in the hour that you guys saw, I was up like 103 or 106, and that was between the hours of like 9 and 10 p.m. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.